There's over 20,000 people has been benefited from these schemes. There's a lot of initiatives which has taken place due to the SRB6 funding in the area. If those fundings were not available, I don't think these schemes would have taken place and the people of our area would have benefited from.
The Community Safety Theme Group supported interventions around a number of key themes. One, we wanted to address issues around the physical environment, because there's obviously things around the physical environment which makes people feel more safe. A lot of the neighbourhood environmental improvements supported through housing were also about creating safer neighbourhoods. So we had a lot of, shall we say, physical community safety initiatives supported by the programme.
There's one or two other examples I could mention that I think really helped the local community. The CCTV scheme across the Birchfield Road, also the main Soho Road CCTV scheme, and the junctions through to Rookery Road, Knoxhill Road, the sort of box CCTV area has benefited an awful lot. The Lighting Up Lozells project, which I think brought street lighting improvements to up to 15 streets in the Lozells area, that was a good one. And quite a lot of properties have seen home security improvements and upgrades, not just for the dwelling houses but also for alleyways, gating, fencing, that sort of thing as well, which I think is reassures an awful lot of people and helps target the burglary crime problem.
I live in Hansworth, and it's improved quite a lot from what it used to be. There's quite a lot of crime in the area before, but there isn't anymore. Security is much better now than what it used to be, definitely, yeah.
I think without doubt SRB6 have assisted in funding a variety of programmes that have benefited the community around issues of domestic violence, addressing firearms, guns and gangs, business security programmes and other regeneration initiatives.
The impact of the SRB funding has been really positive, especially where the SRB funding has been concerned, because we've been able to go out in local communities, into schools and raise the awareness around relationships. I think SRB6 gave us the opportunity to link into schools and do a wide range of work within schools. So some of the work that we did was direct work with children who we were concerned about. We did group work with children who we felt were more highly at risk. And then we did the general PRSE work, which was generally within a whole year, going for a whole day and look at relationships and look at sexual exploitation. We did also get referrals from children who had never contacted social care and health or anybody and disclosed that they had been abused, or they were in a relationship where they felt that they were being pressured sexually or being exploited. So I think that was one of the most positive things for me, is that going in and then some child coming up to you and say, "Can I speak to you, miss?" and then basically disclosing something that nobody else knew about. So if we didn't go into the school, that wouldn't have actually happened. So you can't really put a price on that, can you?
The project aims to provide intensive support to women and children affected by domestic violence engaged in the criminal justice system living in the SRB6 area. The project in total, part of the element of the project was to promote women's safety and raise awareness of domestic violence. There are two distinctive elements of the project. One is the intensive support, and the second element was to enhance security and options available to women who were affected by domestic violence. The SRB6 has enabled us to develop a project, run a pilot, and basically show the key learnings and establish a foundation for future development. SRB enabled us to have that opportunity, which previously was never going to be the case.
I project managed 3 projects. The Prolific Offenders project, that was in partnership with West Midlands Police. The second project was the Drugs Rapid Appraisal, and the other project was a project called Making Community Groups Safer. With Prolific Offenders, the aim of that particular project was to try to break the cycle of reoffending by petty offenders, if you like. The Drugs Rapid Appraisal was a 6-month project looking at substance abuse within the SRB6 area. Some consultants were commissioned to consult with residents and service users and also drug users within the area for their views, perceptions, and how we could actually make a difference. Making community groups safer was quite a new idea. When the idea first came about, we realised working with community groups and organisations in the area that a lot of them were renting or using premises that perhaps weren't quite safe. You know, we perhaps as officers wouldn't be allowed to work there, but we were putting community and voluntary groups in buildings that weren't particularly safe. And a lot of them didn't have the resources to access training or to get funding around health and safety issues. So the idea was then to put on, to identify a health and safety awareness training course for community groups and organisations to attend to. The
responsibility of implementation group is to design projects around crime and safety measures, and also work with the victims and also the offenders and the youth of the area, to try to discourage them to get themselves involved in gun crimes or street crimes.
The project is to work with young people who are at risk of social exclusion, which includes criminal activity, antisocial behaviour and gangs. In terms of the age group, we work with young people from 11 to 25, and the aims of the project is to engage them into some youth activities. The key achievements are in terms of young people accessing college courses, they've been engaged back into employment, and also the accreditations that they've gained. For instance, LCN in Literacy and Numeracy Level 1, we've had 4 young people achieve those who have been excluded from school and have never gone back into education since leaving school. A young man came to me who was interested in go-karting, having seen our flyer, and when I sat with him, I explained to him that the project is not about go-karting. There was more to it. He then came back, and through talking to him, I realised that his interest was to set up an urban soap which was geared around young people and the experiences that they face on the street. Through the support, one-to-one support, we managed to put his idea down on paper and submit an application form to the Big Boost funding, which is for young people between 16 and 25.
Through this project, I feel that I'm a lot more focused in what I perceive to what the world is like. It's opened a lot of opportunities for myself. I've started up my own business, and that's based around young people. I got a lot of one-to-one support from Sharon. She's very supportive, and she's very honest and caring, and she really does believe in helping young people. She'll help you to actually seek out your goals, and hopefully through that you can just move forward. She'll still be there helping me out.
Thank you to SRB6 for allowing us to work with so many young people over the 2 years we've been up and running.
There has been a reduction in crime, and that's the good news, isn't it? It's led to reducing crime across the SRB6 area and making our communities feel safer.
Without improved community safety, without people feeling safer in the area, essentially this would be a major barrier to supporting the regeneration of the area and supporting businesses and attracting business to invest in the area. So it was really crucial that we did focus a lot of our energies in tackling community safety and community cohesion in the area.
I would like to thank everybody who have been connected to these projects or these initiatives and with the SRB6.